Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Sunrise Saturday morning. I'm Ayo Makinde again. Welcome to the show. A president, in his speech, Mr. Dati, also said something that, well, in a way, inferred something that you also said. He said to the governor directly, I wonder what you guys are talking about at NEC, the National, Economic Council. That also raises the question, if the examples that you gave are anything to go by, how come the Nigerian Governors Forum are not able to come together and have these conversations among themselves? The governor of Benue State was asking for state police and, repeating that request. It would seem like, the president kind of just waived it. The president acknowledged your governor and the efforts that he has been making. But then, from what you have also said, there are examples for the governor of Plateau State, the governor of Benue State, to draw from in Ekiti and these other states that you mentioned earlier. What would you propose should be done in order to avert this whole brouhaha?
Thank you very much. I think in addition to these issues solving the political aspect, there is also a very critical aspect of the non-kinetic approach. And a few days ago, we saw a good example in Senator Obasani of Kaduna State, where we all are aware that under the previous government, there were no-go areas, even for the governor. There were bombs going off, crisis attacks. But when he brought governance closer to the people that reflected justice, equity, created opportunity, and showed that government indeed does not look at areas through the lenses of ethnicity or religion. Today, Kaduna State has become a model. And that is why I believe that even as the president is appealing to the governors to consider these issues at their meeting, we also see bright lights from amongst the governors that are also going out and showing how governance should be. The peace that has returned to Kaduna State, especially southern Kaduna State, happened without a gunshot. And that is governance that reflects justice, fairness, equity. And that has won confidence to the people. And I must say at this point also that certain problems we have are also structural. And that is why we must not ignore to support the altruistic design by President Bola Tinubu to ensure the forest guards come on stream. In fact, it is more urgent than ever because from all these attacks, they come in from the forest. The forests are ungoverned. Our security forces are not trained to operate in the forest. But when you have the forest guards, you'll be able to have intelligence, you'll be able to have collaboration with the security agencies. You'll be able to also have collaborations with the community because a much higher percentage of these forest guards will come from the community. So you are now empowering the community as a first point of defense. I just read a piece where Professor Dati, who is a professor in charge of APIS, security study, is also looking and putting together how to collaborate and ensure that the community, the forests, the security forces, and the government collaborate to operate under a unitary system that will promote peace and security in the states. And I must also conclude in this state by saying that I remember by 1999 when I was opportune to be a local government chairman, we were receiving our funds directly. Today, the local governments are not receiving their funds. As a local government chairman, even if you want to call community meeting, how much will it cost to provide transportation and hosts? You want to meet with traditional leaders, it costs money. You want to mobilize the community to even stand up and create the first resistance in case of attacks. All this costs money. The local government chairmen are just sitting ducks. And by the time we begin to empower, and I believe that informs why President Tinubu, who was governor in 1999, when I was privileged to be chairman, operated under a system where the funds and resources were going directly to the local governments. And therefore, like my colleague here is saying, empowering the local government chairman to be able to monitor, because they know their areas, and they can be held responsible. But a situation where a local government chairman, even the car he rides, is being ordered from the state, I mean, what can he do? The DPO will not even respect when he calls because he does not even have money to give fuel to the vehicle.
That's true.
So these are fundamental issues that I believe that we should rise up, and the governors will appeal to them. There is a standing security Supreme Court judgment allowing funds to go to local government. Please and please, we should allow these things to come into friction so that we'll now begin to hold not just the governors, but the local government chairmen accountable. And by the time you are holding a local government chairman accountable, you are holding the councillor too accountable. And then if the local government chairman is not operating, the councillor can wake up. I remember in those periods, we had series of cases where even the councillors were coming up and serving impeachment notices on the local government chairman because they had the power to operate. And if you don't operate, you are held accountable. But you never hear of that these days.
Okay.
Because the position of the local government chairman is deplorable and unfortunate. So we must support the Supreme Court judgment and ensure it comes to fruition. We also must support the long-term solution in seeing the urgency of the forest guards so that we should begin to man those ungoverned spaces.
All right.